So Union Arena's Bleach Volume 2 set has just come out, so we are going to look at some of the cards in the set, see what they look like, and then also just look at the market and see what cards are out there for sale and what sort of prices they seem to be at. So this is Volume 2 based off of the 1000 Year Blood War arc, which was recently aired. It might have been last year, I can't even remember how far back it was now, but it was fairly recent. But if we scroll down, so there obviously has been a Volume 1 set. This is the second set, this is Volume 2, and on this one we do have signatures on the card. So this is the 2-star Ichigo with a signature on the card and some characters stamped on it. So really, really good to see, considering we didn't have any of that sort of treatment on the first set. And of course we are getting action point card that is serialized and it is pen signed as well. So this will have the pen signed signature on the card like they've been doing in pretty much most sets these past few months and going forward. So obviously really, really good to see. Maybe a bit controversial. I'm not a huge fan of the design of the pen signed action point cards, but at the same time I completely get why it kind of has to be done this way, because the pen signed signature obviously takes up a lot of room on the card. It's just a preference for me that I prefer cards that kind of look more like a standard trading card game that has text and stuff on it. You know, just like this one up here, you've got all of the elements that on the card that you play the game with, which might seem odd as a collector because they're kind of not important to me, but I think that's just what I'm used to. I'm used to seeing this sort of, I'm used to seeing cards look like this, and obviously, you know, the action point kind of, it reminds me of like a Topps card, and I've never really been a fan of them, just because there's not really much text on it. But yeah, as I said, completely get it. The signature takes up a big space on the card. We'll look at one of the pen signed, well, this card with the signature on it in a minute so you can see it. But you know, obviously if I pulled one I'd be over the moon. But yeah, obviously I just have a preference for some of the other designs. So we've got some cards down here. These are just the SRs. You normally get sort of 4 to 5 per box. They usually have some texture on them as well. So really, really nice to see some of these characters here. Although we've got some of the 1-stars as well. So that's the end of the SRs. We've got a 1-star there. So as you can see, these will be like hot stamped in gold on the card. Another 1-star. And then another one and back to the SR. But yeah, that's the product there. Let's just head on over to this page. You can see some of the cards just not in a flat design, but actually see the images of them. So there we go. We've got the 2 stars there with the signatures on them. Tons of texture. Signatures super shining gold. Look really, really nice. And then next up, some more 2 stars with signatures on them. So we've got a range of signatures there. We've then got some action point cards. So obviously there's a pen signed action point card, but there's also just lots of other action point cards. Usually rates being 1 action point per case. But as you can see, the designs really differ between action point cards. But yeah, as I said, they're not like traditional cards. You know, they do look really different because it is just, you know, a big picture of artwork and then action point written on it. So it does mean they can kind of do some different creative things, I guess, like with the designs, because they are just very different. But yeah, a couple more action point cards there. And then onto some of the 1-stars. And this is just really nice to see because 1-star is the minimum rarity per box that you're going to hit. And these 1-stars, as you can see, loads of texture. You've got this gold hot stamped foiling all over the card, around the borders here, on the text down here, and then you also get these massive characters. And on this one, I think that these little bits here look to be gold as well. So yeah, it really is amazing, like the designs that you're getting, like minimum per box. The cards do look amazing. Some more 1-stars here, and again you're getting some of that gold treatment along the top here and the borders still, even on these ones. And yeah, just some more 1-stars. Yeah, it's the range of designs I always really like you've got this character here, and then the outline done. Like maybe there are some other cards in the set like this, but yeah, they seem to just range in terms of designs massively, and I kind of like that because it just keeps you like, you know, you just kind of don't know what to expect, and there's just such a range of different designs that you could end up hitting. I think this is a video of a 3-star SR with signature on it, by the looks of things. And then this is actually the pen signed action point serialized card that they show off just before the set comes out. So yeah, as you can see, loads of room there for the signature to go on the card. I mean, it does look cool. I'm just not used to cards looking like that, if that makes sense. So let's just head on over to some Japanese sites, right? So we have the pen signed cards up for sale. We've got the number 9 serial pen signed card here, and it's been priced at 1 million yen, so 5.3 thousand pounds. That's probably about $6,000 or something around that. So yeah, I mean, obviously it's a lot of money for a card, but these are limited cards, and this hasn't been sold. This is just the listing price. It doesn't mean that this is going to be the price. You know, someone has to buy it at this point. And obviously it's only just come out, so as far as I'm aware, online anyway, on these websites, there hasn't been any confirmed sales as of recording this. But yeah, if we keep digging, there's actually another one for sale, like a tiny bit cheaper. And actually what's interesting here, don't know how well that's coming through, this is number 37. So we can assume that there's probably 50 of these pen signed cards in the set, which I think typically we've normally had sort of 20 or 25. We've not seen numbers as high as this, so it seems like they're upping the amount of cards that are pen signed in the set. Obviously 37 being the highest one so far. It could be more than 50, but I think it's probably quite likely to be 50. We've probably gone from 25 to 50. I'd expect that to be the case, but obviously, you know, who knows? This is literally release day. But if I had to make an educated speculation, it's going to be 50 of these pen signed cards. Again, similar price, but hasn't sold. It is release day today. So these will be fairly new listings. No auctions yet, so nothing we can watch and see, but that might happen. But yeah, let's just take a look at maybe some of the other cards. So we've got the 2-star signed card here, sold for 24,000 yen, 130 pounds, so probably 150, 160 US dollars potentially. So yeah, always good to see some of the cards being sold. And yeah, just looks really nice. Didn't even notice this before actually. You've got Bleach, the Blood War, and then I think maybe it's just the pattern in the background. But yeah, didn't even notice you had that sort of text gold stamped on the side of it as well. Like, yeah, really does look like an amazing card. And I'm kind of regretting not picking up any products. So maybe I'll try and get some, and maybe try and get a box to open on a video or something, because yeah, I used to watch Bleach back in the day when it was airing, back in the day of the big three. And then I ended up just reading the manga after I caught up with the anime. So I think we've just skipped a page, but yeah, I think this is Yahoo auction, so I just wanted to check that. But yeah, very similar. You don't have any of those signed action point cards being auctioned off just yet. But yeah, just a couple of sales, just for some lower rarity cards as well. There's another 2-star signed card for a little bit more there, but not yet sold. And then yeah, another sort of 24,000 yen sort of priced card for the 2-star. So yeah, I mean, that's the release so far. It'd be really interesting to see if any of these sales do happen and what actually the price is. Like, is someone going to spend this much on it, or is it going to come down a bit? We just have to see. It is release day. So it'd be interesting to see. Obviously, going back to Attack on Titan, some of those pen signed serialized cards went for a hell of a lot. Now, that was certain numbers and things like that. So, you know, normally the number 1 serial card will be the most expensive. But yeah, in comparison, obviously that was one of those sold for sort of like 15,000 US dollars. So quite a big difference. But yeah, be really interesting to see what happens. Is this a set you were interested in picking up? Did you manage to get any let me know down below in the comments. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.